You know what I mean? We know that you know where to go and where not to go. And again, I also advise that parents choose to be friends with their kids on Facebook.
Most children will not
accept they won't accept you.
Most children have
liberty. No, I'm not saying you're going to force them. I'm saying the way you bring, you see, because if you bring your children up to be your friends, when we're talking about social networking platforms, we're not talking about some abstract things. We're talking about, if both of us are friends, I will accept you.
Okay.
Some parents are not friends with their children.
In real life.
Yeah.
If you are friends, they'll be willing to accept you. You'll be willing to accept them, and you know you gel, and you know what they are doing and what they are not doing.
You see, go online.
Real life scenario here. I know someone whose parents on BlackBerry.
Okay.
His parents are they have BlackBerry and they have their pin.
Group. Okay.
My friend does not change his display picture.
Okay.
There are some things he wants to put on his display picture, but he can't do it because his parents will see.
Okay.
So how is that helping him? That's making he's now living a double.
No, you're not doing a double
standard.
Before BlackBerry and Facebook and all the whatever came up, there are some things you won't do in the presence of your parents.
True. Yeah.
You are not living double lives. You may go to a party and a friend can, maybe because of peer group influence, you smoke cigar. You brush your mouth 10 times before you get home because you don't want your parents to know.
Yeah.
You're not living double life. But you're living a regulated life. You know that, first of all, your father has taught you it is bad.
Yeah.
So even if you decide to indulge in it, you also know deep inside of you that it is bad. So you want to keep
Let me give you another scenario. I work with teens in some quarters regularly, and sometimes we discuss things and social media. Okay, and I was asking question one day, how many of you have Facebook? Majority. Is it your real name?
No.
60% have
other names.
Names that are not. And if you look at and not check some of these names, you see the kind of pictures these teenagers are taking and are putting on their Facebook page. Even married people will not take that kind of picture to show anything. So you see, it starts from what you do offline before you go online.
Yes.
What
you
is
do
your
offline is actually more important.
Exactly.
Because that's what you will do online.
All right. But it also depends on what are you using your social media platform for. You can be using social media platform for business purposes.
Yeah.
You can be using it for family related issues. And you can use it as a consultant. And you can measure your success depending on your knowledge and how you know how to use it.
No, you're 100% correct.
All right. So what you're using it for will determine who become your friend. But the first thing is, do we have the right orientation before you go into it?
Yeah.
Like you said, we just rush into it. Now it's time for us as an individual, either you're a professional or you're a parent, to be able to talk to your children at home. This is what you should do. This is what you should not do online. Don't unnecessarily, I counsel people, don't put your real birthday in some of these social platforms, because now we don't have people who are doing financial scams.
Yeah.
All those little details, they pick it together. Or you can hide it. There's a platform, in the setting you can hide those things that you want and you can segregate your audience too. One for your close friend, who may be your close family, one for any other person. All these things are there. They have platform rules. We don't obey them, and we keep complaining. They are bad. They are not bad. Take time to read it. Even with our gadget at home, when you go and buy a gadget in Nigeria, there's a manual attached to it.
Do we read?
Okay.
We don't read.
Okay. So Jennifer, Ugo said something. Ugo said that this should actually be on the curriculum in schools.
Yeah.
Do you tend to agree with that? Because obviously there are rules to playing in this
field.
Yeah.
So do you think that kids should be taught from when they are still little the rules of this play field that they want to enter?
When the first time you said that, what actually went to my mind was, oh wow, how are we going to keep teaching this? Because technology is ever evolving. There's no one way rule to how to use it. But I think what we could do for ourselves is to introduce into the school curriculum, but not in the context of set in stone. This is how it will be. This is how it will always be. But more in the sense of getting people to be familiar with the usability of this technology. So, for instance, you can't like put how to use Facebook on the school curriculum. It won't work.
No,
because it's 10 years.
Not that.
So I think it's just the basics on how young people, student, upcoming generation can control themselves online, and how they must not like build false personality and false intimacy on the social networks. I think to work if indeed we introduce it to the school curriculum, but we can't wait until then. I think we should start like right now.
When we're talking about self-regulation.
Yes.
What about friend regulation? I mean, you can't regulate yourself. What about friends regulating you? Is it not possible?
I think some of these things will naturally take care of themselves. I mean, naturally. I'll explain to you. There are some people I see on BB, on Facebook, and the kind of things they say give me an idea of who they are. A headache in the office, so you put it on BB and you broadcast it, and you put it as your display, whatever. You know, I'm hungry, you put it. You tell me that this person is clearly not
a serious person.
It's not a serious person.
Maybe to you.
Yeah.
You know what I mean,
that may be the thing.
Yeah, because I was going to say, it all boils down back to the goal. Like, why are you on social media? Because I think it's just, we should be able to be fair. I think it's not everybody that comes on social media to just be 100% serious. I use my social platform, for instance, for professional basis. But I have friends who use it just for personal, and they tell me, you're taking life too seriously. Why do you always have to post the latest news on your Facebook status? There are those who just want to relax, and that's the reason why they come on Facebook. That's the reason why they go on Twitter. So I think to be fair on them, to say fine, you can come like on Facebook to tell us where you're traveling to next, but ensure that your personal settings, like you raised earlier on, is set appropriately, just so you don't expose yourself to unnecessary insecurity.
But Jennifer, even if I'm your friend on Facebook and you are in the office and you have a headache, why do you think, what use is that information to me and to all your other 80 friends that you have a headache in the office?
Yeah, I know. Okay, so I know that's an interesting.
Or that you are hungry.
We are
but don't forget,
what are we supposed to do with that information?
We are emotional beings.
But that's just like them expressing themselves.
So we will reply you, so am I.
No.
You can just say,
understand that.
Take a glass of water.
No. What I'm trying to say that, sorry sir, each platform.
We gotta go now.
Yes, I know. Each platform has their own basic thing. Facebook is for people.
Yes.
LinkedIn is for professionals. There are things you can say on Facebook that is permitted. There are things
you can't say on LinkedIn.
On LinkedIn that is not permitted. There are things you can say. So on Facebook it's just for relation, for chatting and all those things.
Yeah.
You can permit, but you can't come to LinkedIn and say I'm hungry. We're interested in professional things, those places. So you can also forgive them, and I think we'll get to learn about more.
We'll get better over time. We'll get better.
We're rounding up. I would like to give each of us 10 seconds to give our closing statement. I know some people use social media for fighting causes.
Exactly.
On Twitter, I saw one time there's this guy that uses Twitter to raise money for people that are going through distress situations. Exactly. So 10 seconds each for closing statements, beginning with the lady.
Okay, so I'll say the emergence of social media has given us a voice. I think we shouldn't abuse that. We should tap into the opportunities, and while doing so, we should safeguard ourselves.
Okay, we'll go.
As for the last speaker.
I can't go.
Well, basically, I think we should stop playing the crybaby. When, at the turn of the century, when ICT was a big thing, Nigeria was crying of brain drain because everybody was leaving Nigeria to go and become
10 seconds, go on.
You know, so now it's internet and we are crying again. We should rise up to the occasion, develop people to be able to make the best of this change upon us,
and see the good side of it.
My short word is, every opportunity of freedom has its own responsibility. So the freedom that the social media offer us, we must also be responsible enough in their use.
All right, thank you so much. On this social media platform, we have Omojua, Don Demo 09, Momudi, all of them, Malam Jibo, all of them sending in tweets about what we're talking here. Okay. Some said you cannot regulate, and someone says, well, where is Assange now? Julian Assange.
Wikipedia.
Okay, wow. So thank you so much for coming. We'll be speaking with Dairo, social commentator. Yinka Olaito, a social media expert.
Thank you.
Jennifer Ehidiam, a journalist and social media strategist.
Thank you.
And Ugo Ugoke, a social commentator.
Thank you.
Thank you, ladies and gentlemen, for coming on the program. Sunrise will continue in a moment. Please don't go away.